How many of you guys have that one friend or family member that constantly tells you to switch to a vegetarian diet or, in general, stop eating meat? With over 370 million people worldwide that are vegetarian and people constantly switching to the diet every day, why? Let me tell you. It's because the vegetarian diet is falsely advertised as a diet that eliminates all the harms of an omnivorous diet and is also pushed as a diet that consists of all the nutrients you need for your body, which it doesn't. Today, I'll persuade you to not switch to a vegetarian diet, but instead keep your omnivorous diet. I'll persuade you of some of the various benefits of the omnivorous diet and talk about the advantages that eating meat can provide. First, I'll talk about the advantages of the omnivorous diet and about how the omnivorous diet is the true all around diet. I'll also tell you what an omnivorous diet is together. Next, I'll compare the health benefits of an omnivorous diet to a vegetarian diet. And lastly, I'll urge you to eat what your body was meant to eat and also inform you how meat has shaped us as humans. Becoming vegetarian might seem like a very good option for your health and well-being, but because you're only eating vegetables and avoiding meat, you lack the essential nutrients that your body needs for an all-around diet. The omnivorous diet provides many benefits. The omnivorous diet provides essential nutrients that you can't get when you abstain from eating meat. There are many diets that exist, but none like the omnivorous diet. Before I begin talking about the omnivorous diet, first, what is an omnivore? According to what is an omnivore section of the Northwestern University website, they state how an omnivore is an animal that can eat both animals and plants. Humans are also not the only animals that are omnivorous. Raccoons, bears, and a couple other animals are also omnivorous. Now for the advantages of the omnivorous diet. The omnivorous diet, you can get more nutrients and also get more vitamins. According to Is It Healthier to Be a Vegetarian or an Omnivore by Sensor, they describe the vitamin B12 found in animals helps the brain and provides nutrients to create more red blood cells. Sensor also adds on that the proteins found in meat are higher in biological value, basically meaning that your body can easily absorb these proteins and use them better for your body. Lastly, also, the proteins that the meats have been found to have are better for your muscles and your health overall. The omnivorous diet has many benefits. And now let's compare the health benefits of an omnivorous diet to a vegetarian diet. The vegetarian diet provides health benefits just like the omnivorous diet. According to the book, The Omnivore's Dilemma by Michael Pollan, he describes in detail the problem with meat in America. He adds that corn specifically has an unhealthy role in our agriculture. Poland talks about how corn is used to make high fructose corn syrup, and which is later added to our many foods and also, sadly, our meat. Eating these types of meats can lead to obesity, diabetes, and other health complications. So, how can you avoid these meats? Maintain a healthy omnivorous diet. According to Daniel Pendick from the Harvard Medical School, in his article, 6 Healthy Protein Choices When Cutting Back on Red Meat, you should only eat chicken, fish, turkey, and low-fat dairy products. These meats have less or even eliminate the harms that red meat can have. The amount of red meat you consume is also a big factor. The amount of meat you eat is very influential, just like every other type of foods. You don't eat too much of it. So far, I've told you about the advantages of eating meat, and then I've also informed you of the health benefits, and also given you alternatives to eating the unhealthy meats that are affected by agriculture in America. I understand that being vegetarian has many benefits, but since the beginning of time, nature has wanted us to eat meat from the beginning of time. According to the article by Jeffrey Kluger from Time Magazine, Sorry Vegans, Here's How Eating Meat Made Us Human, he talks about how the first human consumed meat 2.6 million years ago. In fact, he adds on that without the consumption of meat, in fact, our brains and our complexity of our brains would not be the same it is today without our ancestors eating meat back 2.6 million years ago. The nutrients from eating meat helps the brain develop its ability to communicate and also respond back with the brain powers. If you want the convenience of eating meat and vegetables, there's also alternative diets, such as the Mediterranean diet, which is famously known as a plant-based diet that adds marginal amounts of meat. From the website Mayo Clinic, they talk about how the diet is a true all-around diet, and the consumption of vegetables, fruits, healthy fats, fish, poultry, beans and eggs, and a limited intake of red meat makes the diet an all-around good diet. Today, I've persuaded you to switch or to maintain an omnivorous diet and to not switch to a vegetarian diet. First, I persuaded you about the omnivorous diet and how it has many advantages. Next, I compared the health benefits of the omnivorous diet to the vegetarian diet. Finally, I urged you guys to consume animals because it is what our ancestors intended us to eat. There are many circumstances where switching to a vegetarian diet could be beneficial for your health, but long term, you shouldn't deprive yourself of the essential nutrients. Like I said earlier, you should consider the Mediterranean diet. The diet has an all-around diet and includes all the meats at a marginal amount. As a college student, I understand that diet matters. That's even more of an important reason for you to have a balanced diet that has all your essential nutrients. Lastly, I suggest you better understand your own body and see what types of diets are best for you and what foods you should eat or take away from your diet. There are many diets out there that are beneficial, but none like the omnivorous diet. I encourage you all to be smart for your body and health and pick the diet that's best for you and not the diet that deprives you of your best self.